Today we're going to take a look at this computer that a customer sold us. This guy had this for sale on Craigslist. He had it for sale for a pretty low price on account of the motherboard only working with one stick of RAM at a time. This is the other stick of RAM. They are 32 gig kit, 16 gigs per kit. Sorry, per stick. 3200 megahertz Corsair RGB RAM. So as far as the rest of the computer goes, we've got a Ryzen 2700X CPU. We have an Asus ROG B450F motherboard. Strix. I need to make sure I say Strix or people are gonna get mad. It has an EVGA RTX 2070 Super, so that's by far the most expensive part of this computer, or especially right now with how crazy the prices are. It has a Be Quiet, I forgot what model number, air cooler. I think it's actually a $100 air cooler. It's a really high-end one. And then I don't remember what power supply it is. Oh, EVGA. It looks like it's an EVGA 650 watt power supply, and this is all on an NZXT, probably H510 case. It might be 500. I'm not gonna double check that for you. I don't remember what SSD. I think it's covered by some slot, so I can't see it right now. But I think it was like a 500 gig or something like that. That's pretty much it. So the problem is that you can't get both sticks of RAM to work at the same time. Apparently both sticks will work independently and all the DIMM slots will work independently, but when you plug two sticks in at the same time, you don't get it to work. So that's what he said. We haven't even turned it on yet, so we're gonna do that in a second and see what we can find.
I just saw a PC the other day with a GT 710 for 300. That deal.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds like a really good deal, Kyle.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy it.
Nice.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Gonna play some League of Legends.
You gonna upgrade your computer with a GT 1030? 710?
710.
710.
Yeah,
Oh.
1 gigabyte.
And
One whole 1024 minutes.
Yeah, but it's DDR3, not DDR5.
Well, yeah, that's better.
Oh,
It's like a 1050 Ti.
It's actually not posting, and it could be trying memory profiles, but also I know that when he gave it to me just now,
Yeah.
he only had one stick in and it was on the far right slot. We moved that memory stick over to the far right slot and we got a boot.
Oh, it's a 470F, not B.
And I apologize for making up false information. It's an X470 Strix, not a B450. And if you're wondering why this doesn't light up right now, he told me that he went into IQ software and turned it off. So now we need to mess with that cooler and see if we can get both RAM chips coming up. Okay, so we're back and I had some time to discuss this computer with my technician James, and he had some very quick and easy, fast suggestions for troubleshooting this computer to see if we can get both memory sticks showing up, because we did try that already and they did not. And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to put the BIOS defaults back, because we saw that he had XMP enabled and some other things in the BIOS. So we're just gonna put everything back to default. And then when we reboot, we'll turn the camera off here, but we're gonna turn the computer off, and then we're gonna put both sticks in and we'll come back. All right, we got both RAM sticks in. We've powered the computer on.
It's definitely stuck.
We got fan spinning. We got no picture. So
And that light in the
we got the yellow light. What does that one mean again? Is it memory?
Bad memory.
Bad memory?
Or
Okay.
at least an issue with the memory.
So we probably need to turn this off, and we have some other ideas going on here. We noticed that some of the wiring and things looked a little bit funky, so maybe there's something wrong with the wiring. I noticed that there is, actually I'm gonna turn this off first before I show you guys this part, but just waiting, there we go. There, if you watch my finger right here, this screw on the top right is not screwed down all the way.
It's also the wrong screw for that case.
And yeah, it's the wrong screw. You can probably hear this, listen. That's me moving the motherboard around. So the screws are not holding the motherboard against the case or into the standoffs. And then we've also got this gigantic air cooler, which maybe tightened down too much on top of the CPU, causing this problem. So we will take all this stuff out of this case and then set it up on a test bench outside of the case.
That's not bad for someone who's pretty hardcore in Apex.
Yeah, that's what is this thing called again? Dark Rock?
It's like a Dark Rock 3, I think, 3 or 4.
So we took this thing off, and there's the fan and the brackets and stuff. And what we're doing now is we're just Gonna power the computer on. We're actually gonna leave the motherboard in the case though, even though we know the screws aren't right. He just turned the computer on. We just have like a Cooler Master 212 just sitting on top there. And actually the lights just changed and the white light's on. And if that goes to green, then that's a good sign. There we go. So we should be getting a post. And if this is a post, then we know that the problem he had with the computer, oh, we gotta plug the HDMI cable in. The problem we had with the computer was actually that Dark Rock was just too tight on the CPU. We've seen stuff like that before. It was pushing down on the CPU too hard, which is causing a memory problem. We're just resetting it because the HDMI cable wasn't plugged in. Post. Let's make sure we see 32 gigs of RAM on the screen.
Definitely.
Yep, 32 gigs of RAM. Boom. Nothing wrong with this computer. We do, if we're going to resell the computer like this, what we would definitely need to do is remove all the screws that are holding the motherboard in and get the motherboard out, probably clean the motherboard. And then we need to make sure that all of the standoffs are tightened down correctly, and then all the screws are also installed and then tightened down correctly. You don't want to over tighten them and you don't want to under tighten them. You just need to be nice and snug. And that's pretty much going to be the end of this video because we fixed it. But just as a reminder, if that wouldn't have fixed the problem, the next thing we were going to look at is taking this motherboard completely out of this case and running it on a bench with no screws in the motherboard holes, I guess you'd call them. But for now, yeah, don't over tighten your heatsink and you won't have problems like this. Thanks.